Oh, g'day! Welcome back to Cooking with Glenn. I'm your elf, and I'll be cooking today. We're in the season, 'tis the season to be jolly. We got our little elf hat on, and we're going to be making some dishes. Well, of course, because I'm going to make things dirty. So let's go through and have a look at some ingredients, shall we? We got ground beef, as they say in America, or just minced beef. We got some bacon. We have some cream, heavy cream, tomato, mustard, chicken stock, steak seasoning, pickle juice, pasta, flour. We got Worcestershire sauce, Frank's Red Hot, butter, milk. Let's go. Okay, so we are making cheeseburger pasta. Simple as that. It's pasta, it's cheeseburger, combined into one beautiful, beautiful dish. So we're going to whack, bang, shing, bing, boom, our electric bad boy here. We're going to put our pasta on. So I'm using spiral pasta. It actually, the original recipe called for rotoni pasta, which is like a smaller version of spiral. So I'm just using spiral. So you need basically half a bag, 250 grams of spiral pasta. Let's just put our fingers in the half of the bag. All right, half the bag disappeared. All right, so 250 grams of pasta. We're just gonna let that boil away while we're doing the rest of the stuff. So first things first, I'm the realist. That's what they say. But we're gonna get our chopping board out. Just make sure I don't put it over there because that's on. We're gonna get a sharp knife. Shing, shing. We're going to open our bacon. We're going to cut our bacon into small little pieces. So it calls for about 6 pieces of bacon, but 6 strips. But I mean, realistically, if you want more bacon, you put more bacon in it. So we're just going to go ahead and slice up our bacon a little bit short, like maybe dicing it, and then we're going to fry it in our frying pan. So I've just gone a whole packet of rineless bacon from the Don, because Don is Don good. And then we're going to slice this up into smaller pieces. And then we are going to fry it into even smaller pieces. Because realistically, once you fry something, it's going to start shrinking anyway. So, so there we go. We've cut up our bacon. Going to shove her in the frying pan. Nothing special. We just sort of sliced it, smaller pieces. We're going to turn on this side of the frying pan. There's some bigger bits of bacon in there. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Oh good. Oh good. 'Tis the season after all. Right. So we've got the pasta boiling. We're cutting the bacon, and then we're cooking the bacon into our frying pan. We'll let that heat up real quick. All right, so I'm going to boil the kettle because I actually need to make some chicken stock. So it's only a really tiny amount. So I think really it's like, what does it say on here? 1 teaspoon to 4 cups of hot water. Self-explanatory, but that's actually a lot. We only need like a 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to make it, and then I'm just going to put 1/4 of a cup into a little smaller cup, and then that's what we will use in the next stage. But I'm going to boil the kettle because we need to get some stock. I have a teaspoon somewhere. There it is. We're going to... All right. It's good for that stock. Stock good to go. Okay, bacon cooking, pasta cooking. Our stock is nearly cooking. Right, you want to make sure your bacon's all nice and crispy. We're looking pretty good here for our bacon. Looking pretty good. Just give it a few more seconds, a few more little bits. little bits and bobs. Alright, what we're going to do is once we've cooked the bacon, we're going to take it off this and put it into a bowl. We're going to cook our mince, and then we're going to take that off and put it in the same bowl. And then we're going to make the sauce basically first, and then put the mince and the bacon back in. Or the ground beef. Oh. Alright, so the bacon's starting to spit now, so it's definitely cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in my bowl. It doesn't matter if all the oil escapes because we're just going to make more. Alright, so 500 grams of mince beef. Which I think is like it's probably close to 1,000 pounds. Oh, that doesn't sound right. 1,000 pounds. Alright, so we're going to do a teaspoon and a half of steak seasoning. So we got steak seasoning. Teaspoon and a half. We're going to season the beef with that. So any steak seasoning will do. The McCormick one is, I think, is the most popular sort of steak seasoning. I'll see how this one goes because this one's the Montreal steak seasoning, and I think this one has pepper in it. Otherwise you could just use all-purpose seasoning. You basically just want to season your beef. So we want to brown this, cook this up till it starts getting really brown, really cooked through. Make sure there's no lumps either, like large chunks of beef. Chop it all up. If you enjoy these videos, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. It helps me out a lot because it helps me get more subscribers, which is great. It's completely free. It doesn't cost anything to hit that subscribe button. And also, if you want to go and give my Instagram a follow as well, it's Cooking with Glenn, CWG. So we're trying to post pictures over there on the Instagram, and then we put the actual video up on the YouTube. So I've only ever made this dish one other time, and that was the first time I'd ever tried it. And basically, I ate it, and it's just like eating a cheeseburger, but as a pasta form, and it actually is like amazing. So I knew that I had to share this recipe with you guys, so you can make this cheeseburger pasta for yourselves. Okay, so we're nearly all cooked up here, our beef, it's nearly all brown. So what we want to do is we're going to turn down the beef to a medium heat after this, once it's cooked, and then we're going to start making the sauce for it. So we don't want it too hot because we're about to add cream and like a whole bunch of things like ketchup and flour and all that sort of stuff. So we don't really want it too hot, otherwise we're just going to have like burnt cream. So this will make about probably 4 or 5 meals, depending on how big your serving sizes are. But it's a nice little meal to make if you're gonna like make it on a Sunday like today, and you can have it for the next 4 days for lunch when you go to work, or the next 4 dinners when you're at home. Super easy to make, not overly complex. Just requires a little bit of cooking within the meats and the preparations and all that sort of stuff. Get a tablespoon out for the next thing. That's what we're going to need next. All right, so we're nice and brown here. Not that there's barely any, there's no, by the looks of it, little pink spots. Meaning that all of it looks cooked. All right, so I'm going to take this off. Like I said, I'm going to turn my heat down low. I'm going to take the beef off. Put the beef in the same bowl as the bacon. That's no dramas. Okay, so the next step is going to get 3 tablespoons of butter. So I've got my butter and my tablespoons. So that's 3 of those into your pan. 1, 2, 3. Ugh, butter. You're going to whisk in 3 tablespoons of flour as well. So I'm going to get my big flour tub and my little whisk. So 3 tablespoons of this. So 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to whisk this in around. You're going to then add your cream. So you need half a cup of cream, but you're going to add it into small bits. So you're not going to put it all in at once. Small little loads at once. You don't want to add all your cream in at one little blob. Alrighty, so we're looking pretty good. Right, so the cream's in. We need to add milk. Okay, so you want to add 1 cup of milk in. That's half. 1 cup. All right, and then you want to add in your chicken stock, which is 1/4 cup of chicken stock. So I got my chicken stock over here. 1/4 cup. Add that in there. So I think I told you everything. So 3 tablespoons of butter, whisk in 3 tablespoons of flour, half a cup of cream in small bits. You want 1 cup of milk, and then 1/4 cup of chicken stock. And then you want to put in your mustard and your ketchup. So you want 2 teaspoons of everything. So 2 teaspoons of ketchup. 1, 2. You want 2 teaspoons of your mustard. 1, 2. And then you want 2 teaspoons of your pickle juice. So I just have pickles in a jar, so I'm going to use the juice from that. So 1, 2. Put a little bit of oil. I like it to taste like pickles, you know. And then you want to put in your Worcestershire sauce. So you want 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire. Worcestershire. 1 tablespoon of that. And then you want 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. Now the hot sauce isn't to make it spicy, it's seasoning, it's flavor. It's not to make it spicy. So you just put in one teaspoon of that. It's not to make it like super hot, it's not to make it like anything like that. So don't be worried that it's going to be too hot for you, because it's not for the spice, it's only for the seasoning and for the flavor. So you're going to mix that up now. You should start looking like you got this creamy sauce, which is what it's supposed to look like. So what you want to do is you want to bring this sort of to a boil, but when it starts bubbling, you want to then take it down to a low heat and then add your bacon and your meat back into the sauce that we're creating. Like I said, if you want to use, I use slightly more than, yikes! I use slightly more than 2 teaspoons of pickle juice, because I like to take it a little bit stronger than the you know, when you're eating a burger and you eat a pickle, that's what I want it to taste like. Okay, so I'm starting to get bubbles now. So I'm going to put it down onto a lower heat. And I'm going to add in my, the meat. First, shredded cheese. It is a cheeseburger after all. So you want to add in 1.5 cups. 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. You want to add this in similar to your cream in little bits, so that way you give it time to melt. So there's 1/2 cup. We'll just do that. So it's already starting to melt. Okay, so that's 1 full cup so far. And then you're going to put another 1/2 in. So 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. Oh yeah. I can smell mustard, I can smell ketchup, I can smell pickles. It's smelling good. So I've got the cheese in there. Another 1/2 cup of cheese. Okay, 1/2 cup. And then we're done with the cheese. Okay, so the cheese is starting to melt. It is pretty much already melted. I've turned it down to a lower temperature. I'm going to add my beef and my bacon back into the mixture. And we're going to not use this because it's going to get caught in that. We're going to use our spoon again, and we're just going to stir it to combine. Whoa, this looks so good. If only you could see. Look at this. Oh yes. Cheesy, bacon, meat, all of that good stuff. So you basically want to just combine, bring it up to a little bit more of a temperature, because your bacon and your meat's been off for a little bit, so you want to try and get them back up to a temperature. But you don't want to cook it too long that all of the sauce that you've just made starts dissolving. So, like, let me show you guys. Let me take you for a little bit of a ride. Ooh, this is what we look like now. We've got the cheese in there, the bacon. Smells delicious. So our pasta is definitely done. So I'm going to get my drainer. And you know what? The funny thing about this drainer is you can just put it in. And you don't have to worry about it. Oh, I left water in the sink. So now you take your pasta. Okay, so we turn that side off. And we're going to take our pasta and we're going to slopper it in there. Woo! And now we're just going to stir it all through. so that the pasta is all deliciously flavored with all of the meat, the cheese, the bacon, the mustard, the pickles, the ketchup. Oh yeah, I'm so excited for this. Like I said, I've had it one other time and it was absolutely amazing. It's as expected. It tastes as expected. It tastes like a cheeseburger pasta. I can't put it any more blatantly than that, because that is literally what it tastes like. It tastes like you're eating a cheeseburger, but you're also eating a pasta. And of course, it wouldn't be a meal unless I didn't do a little bit of a cheeky taste test also. So if you look at this, we got pasta there, the bacon's there, we got the beef there. It's all just coming alive. Bon appetit. Oh yeah. Amazing. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for our cheeseburger pasta. Very, very, very delicious meal. Relatively easy to make. It's going to be up on the Instagram, the YouTube as well. So yeah, follow the YouTube, follow the Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube for more ideas and more tips and tricks and more cooking. But this has been cheeseburger pasta. And yeah, bon appetit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.